Alright, so let's get started. This is just my mechanics update from the first day I've had off um, since last class. So I just wanted to show off some of the progress I've made with mechanics. Most of them have been regarding platforming because we are going with a platforming sort of game. So I thought I would kind of go with my own idea of where I would go, and if that doesn't work for the rest of the team, then we'll change it later. But for now, I'll just show off the mechanics I've developed so far that were intended to be in complement with the idea Liam had for this being a platformer. Okay, so first mechanic, we have vaulting. So you go up to this, press shift, you vault over it. This was intended for if you've, I think pretty sure you've played Dishonored. If you have, then this is intended to sort of create a fast-paced movement running through a level, trying to avoid enemies, stuff like that. Usually you have stuff like vaulting. Oh, I guess I forgot to put an obstacle for this, but I also developed sliding with a little animation for it as well. And vaulting, as I just showed with the animation, you can see it in the shadow. This is a third-person blueprint, but I'm using, I edited the camera to make it first-person because it's just, I feel like it looks better. I feel like platforming in general, if you're going to do it in 3D, it should be in first-person. It's cooler and more intense. But yeah, so we have jumping, right? We also have, not jumping, climbing. So if I climbed up this, oh wait, sorry. If I press shift now, you can't climb up that because obviously it's too high. So you have to jump and then press shift, in which case you'll go right back down. So I've set it up, or my tutorial helped me set it up so that when you jump over thin meshes, then when you jump over them, or when you climb over them, you'll automatically pull yourself back down with the little animation for it as well. So as you can see in the shadow probably, you take yourself back down. But if it's a thicker mesh like this, then you'll stay up, obviously, because there's nowhere else to go. Okay, and yeah. So another thing, I guess I forgot to show a thing for this as well. But I also developed wall sliding, which I'll show up in a bit. This is while running. So if I jump here, and you can jump to the next one, and you can even jump to the next, like that. So that's probably the most useful one I've gotten so far. And another one would be wall sliding is what they called it in the tutorial, but it's mostly just this, and you pull yourself back around. But yeah, it's like that. Like you just jump yourself up and up further. It launches you whenever you jump, so yeah, that was pretty useful. I also set it up so that the wall running only works on objects that aren't tagged. Like I've set up a tag so that I think it was this wall. There's a cannot run tag. So basically I created it's so that you'll have surfaces that you can run on and certain surfaces that you can't run on. And this is a surface that you cannot run on. So I'll just show you that. See, I cannot wall run. Oh, I can. Oh, whoops. Must have misspelled it. Blueprints. This will be real quick. Here we go. Cannot run. Cannot run. Is it this wall with the tag? Oh, that's why. Actors to ignore. My bad. I forgot to put that one in. So yeah, basically, you cannot run here. See, it does not let you run, but you can run here because it's not been tagged. But yeah, that's just, I thought that would be useful in the future, like for mechanics, like where, you know, you can't run on everything, you have to find a different way around certain areas. But yeah, that was just an idea. I'm thinking I should also develop maybe a sprinting function, or maybe like, I don't know, some more platforming-esque mechanics and combat. I'm thinking melee combat in some way, like in Mirror's Edge, if you slide, enemies will go like ragdolling away. So I'm thinking maybe something like that, or simple punch, 1-2 punch, knock out enemies kind of things. But yeah, that's the basic gist of what mechanics I've gotten down in today. Oh, well, I also completed a dynamic camera system. As you probably could see, my current camera is in first person, but dynamic camera is set up in a way where if you enter the oh, what am I doing? You have to have only the there we go, start camera. You have to have that that collision selected. So let's expand this a little bit. Then choose the end camera. But yeah, so basically we have the camera, and you can move it wherever you like. Let's try it there. And if you enter that area, the camera, well, one thing you can do is you can select this camera and you can edit it. Where is it? You can edit this editable variable is stationary. So if it is stationary, that means that if I enter, where is it? It's over here, I think. If I enter here, the camera will follow me like this. Obviously, you can see the animations don't work sideways. But this is default, like mannequin animations. They just don't have that. I think I'll probably implement some. But yeah, this is what happens when it is stationary. It'll follow you around until you exit the camera range. I'm thinking that might be useful for certain levels where we want to have kind of a nice stylistic kind of feel with the camera. Or you can tick off stationary, and if you enter that, where is it? Over there. The camera will not follow you. Like that. But yeah, so let's just get rid of that for now. Actually, what am I doing? Just backspace. But yeah, I'm thinking I'll probably develop more stuff like that to make it more stylized, because that seems to be what Liam wants, a more stylistic kind of feel to the whole thing. McKean's messing around with materials, so maybe I'll get a little into that too. That seems a bit interesting. But yeah, that should be about all I have to show off for now. Well, I mean, one thing I can show off is that I learned something new. If you have a lot of code written, like, or not code, script, like I had this is what I had to write for the left side while running and the right side while running, all this stuff. So let's move this over here. What you can do is basically, if you select what am I doing? If you select everything and right click, you can collapse them to a macro, which will create, basically like condense them into this little thing and put macros here, and they'll basically functionally be the same. It's just they're macros now, so it doesn't take up as much space on the main graph, so it's easier to organize. Like, as you can see, like, I've commented this stuff out very clearly. It's very clean, and if I ever need to come back, it's all ready and set up. But yeah, and all these variables, like, oh my goodness. But yeah, I think that's about it. That should be for now. Hopefully I'll get some time to develop more, and I'm thinking of trying more stuff in Blender to see what I can integrate into Unreal. so that'll be fun. Yep.